Today, I'm going to be walking you through my entire LLC journey. I'm going to go through the ups, the downs, and some of the advice that I would give myself if I could 2 years ago. Stick around to the end of the video so I can tell you the number one asset in my business that allows me to scale. Let's hop into it. I want to start by talking about my first 3 clients. So over here we have client 1. This was for a local sports team. Client 2 was a general contractor, and client 3 was a realtor. Now up here, these are the skills that I already had before I started working with these 3 clients. I'm a Part 107 certified drone pilot. I've been making videos since high school, so I was really good with the camera, and I was really good at editing on Premiere and DaVinci Resolve. Just to kind of address the elephant in the room, I've been working with cameras since really elementary school. The first camera that I started working with when I started my LLC was a Sony a7 IV. My 9-to-5 at the time had a camera, and I asked if I could just use it after work hours, and they said yes. Now, I know the majority of the people watching this don't have access to a really nice camera, especially when you guys are starting out. I haven't had a job that doesn't involve a camera. That's what I went to school for, that's my passion, that's what I'm good at. So I'm just naturally surrounded by nice cameras. Well, Matt, I really don't have a camera and I don't know how to get new clients. You probably have a phone. I would go on Gemini and I would look at networking events in your area, and then I would find the event coordinator, be transparent and say, hey, my name's Matt, I would love to come to your networking event and film you a free video that recaps all of the amazing people who came. Send 5 to 10 of those emails and see if any of them work. If any of them say yes, I'm going to that networking event. Even if I don't have a website, I have an Instagram profile and a YouTube channel where I can post content for free. Even if that content doesn't show the portfolio of my work, it's still better than nothing. The content that I post on socials is just the process of me growing my LLC. It's not a portfolio of some of my best work. I have that on my website. Introduce yourself. Even if you don't have business cards, you still have a phone number. Film the event and then edit the event and send it to the event coordinator. Post it on your Instagram. Maybe you can even collaborate with some of the new people that you've met. If you're at a networking event and you're actively going around and filming people and you introduce and say, hey, I was hired by the event to film, would you like to do a 30-second interview highlighting your business? Some might say yes, some might say no. If I find realtors or business owners or whoever's willing to talk to me and do a 30-second interview, basically promoting their small business, I would take that 30-second clip of just their interview and I would text it to them. I would email them introducing myself. Then I would go on Canva, which is free, and I would say, hey, along with this video, you're gonna get a 15% discount on your next video. And I just create a little coupon graphic. I actually did this. When I went to a networking event, I actually created like a fake coupon in Canva that gave them 15% off of my video. It got some interactions, it got some hits. I would do that, and then I would do it again, and then I would do it again, and then I would do it again until I got my first client. Just because I shoot a video on a Sony a7 IV versus shooting a video on an iPhone doesn't mean that the video with the nicer camera quality is going to perform better on socials. The video with the best hook is going to perform better on socials, and you can create some great hooks just using your phone. First client I had was a sports team. They wanted me to do some drone work. Second client I had was a general contractor. He just wanted some quick 30-second social media videos promoting his business. Third client I had was a realtor. The realtor had a podcast and I had editing skills. So my job was to edit the podcast and post it to YouTube. These 3 images at the top are skills that I was good at before working with the client. The skills below the clients are the marketing skills that I learned after working with them. Yes, I want everyone watching this video to make as much money as possible, But with that, also ask yourself, what are you learning about your business? What new skills are you learning to improve? With client one, the sports team, I would do drone and I would film football practices. They're like, well, we need you to manage our socials as well. So then I started managing their Instagram and Facebook. Once I did that, then I went on my website and I added that as one of my skills, one of the services that I can provide. We want to send a MailChimp every week to the parents, letting them know what time football practice is. I didn't really know much about MailChimp, but I had YouTube, which was free, so I learned how to create engaging emails and schedule emails to the right people through MailChimp. I learned how to clean a client list, how to export and import Excel files into MailChimp. Those might sound easy to some people, but regardless of how easy or hard a skill is, it's a new skill. The general contractor, I started making short clips for his social media. Then he asked me to do a little bit of YouTube work. Then he's like, hey, can you post the YouTube videos to my website? Then he gave me access to his website. From there, he's like, hey, can you take these short form videos? I'm trying to teach classes for roofing and masonry and all these great things. Can you run ads? So then I learned what meta ads was, and I learned what Google ads was. And how did I learn all this? I went on YouTube and I watched videos. Unpaid work. He didn't pay me to sit there and learn these new skills, but I learned how to create leads for my client. My general contractor client was very happy because I can do videos for him, I can edit his website and make any changes he wants super quickly, and I can run ads to bring in more leads for his business. This realtor had a podcast. He wanted me to edit the podcast. I know how to edit videos through DaVinci Resolve. I know how to edit videos through Premiere Pro. So I would take his podcasts and I would put them on YouTube. And then I would create short clips. As AI got better and better, I would use Envato Elements, which is a tool I talked about in my last video, and I would create AI videos and implement them in the podcast clips to increase the retention and increase the engagement. Client 3 was happy, client 2 was happy, client 1 was happy. They were happy because I said yes. I went up to them and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I always said yes. I never said no. After I did a good job filming with the drone and I sent out the MailChimps and I managed their social media accounts, then they paid me. I used that money and I purchased a Sony FX30. I stopped really using the Sony a7 IV because I wanted a Sony FX30 because it was built for video, and that's the camera that I'm filming on right now. This camera has helped my business grow immensely. These are all the skills that I was able to learn because of all my experiences with my 3 clients. I learned how to use Squarespace for my general contractor client, so then I used the money that I was making to purchase my own domain. And now I have a website, and now I can put stuff on my portfolio. I invested money into some business cards. You can get like 50 business cards on Vistaprint for not that much. It's pretty cost effective. But there were other things that I gained from these experiences that have nothing to do with money. I learned marketing tasks, and I learned things like MailChimp and AI videos and how to distribute podcasts and how to run Google ads and meta ads. Those are all super important things that helped me grow my business. I became a little smarter. I got a little better. This also led me to more opportunities because I knew how to use Envato Elements and different AI tools like Claude and Gemini, and when I was first starting out, I would use ChatGPT. I was given more opportunities that allowed me to make more money. I would get paid to speak about AI to groups of realtors, and I would teach them how to use AI to improve their business, to improve their marketing, their socials, their emails, their website, and really their overall brand to build more client trust. This opportunity for me to speak would not have come if I didn't learn all of these new skills with these clients. More networking equals more clients. And when I get more clients, I get two new things. I learn new marketing skills and I make more money. We're gonna start out with learning new marketing skills. I learned Claude, I learned Gemini. Obviously those are AI tools. That isn't all I learned. As time went on, I learned new skills and I learned how to implement AI into my business better so I could grow it. Because AI has systems in place that allow me to bring in more clients. This allows me to grow the business and then take that business and split it into two different workflows. I have a business workflow and I have a creative workflow. If you want to learn more about that, you can watch one of the videos. I think I posted it a couple days ago. It kind of goes into this. By having these two workflows, I'm bringing in more clients. So that's what I'm able to do with the new marketing skills. The other benefit to that is more revenue. That revenue is reinvested into my LLC. I purchased a teleprompter. You can watch that video too, me unboxing the teleprompter. I purchased Envato Elements, which gives me the ability to use high quality generative AI videos. Teleprompter, access to AI videos, and this is supposed to represent a gimbal, a Ronin. By reinvesting the money that I've made into these new tools, I'm able to provide new services. You want the teleprompter? That's an additional fee. You want AI-generated content in your videos? That's an additional fee. The Ronin isn't really an additional fee. It was just kind of a fun toy that helped me get more clients because my real estate videos just looked a lot better when the camera was stabilized on the gimbal. Specifically, the teleprompter allows me to market a new service, and I still have to put the teleprompter on my website. I still have to do that. Those new services allow me to get a little bit more money. That money is then reinvested back into my LLC, and the cycle kind of continues. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight as to how I run and manage my LLC and how I'm able to take on more clients and organize my business by repeating the same patterns and being consistent with my clients. Now I'm going to ask some questions that still to this day I have a little bit of trouble answering, and some questions that I wish I would have asked earlier when starting this LLC. Questions you should ask yourself, specifically if you want to get into the creative video space and start a small business and make some money. How many hours are you willing to work per week to start your new business? How badly do you want it? That's up to you. I would take the amount of hours that I would work per week and I would write it down just to keep yourself accountable. When focusing specifically on videos, do I focus on one niche? Maybe I don't want to do sports. Maybe I don't want to work with general contractors. Maybe I just want to focus on real estate. Or do I take whatever I can get? If you're starting out, I suggest you take whatever you get and see how it unfolds. Even if you're not making the type of money that you want to, you are learning new skills which can help you make more money later down the line. How do I get more clients? Are you willing to network? One of my goals at the beginning of 2026 was to go to a networking event every single month. I completely failed that goal. I did not do it. The networking events that I did go to, I was not able to garnish any business from that. What's worked for me is going on Gemini and finding businesses who I know if I worked with, I could help improve their business and improve their leads and generate them more money. Then I have like a Claude bot who emails these clients automatically. How many clients can I handle? This is an issue that I'm kind of dealing with right now. I've kind of slowed down on client reach out. I know in the next coming weeks, I'm not gonna really have my weekends, and I really wanna focus on making sure that I do a really good job for this really big client. Some of you might be sitting there and you're like, man, I would kill if I had one client. Maybe there are others who are like, man, I have 5 clients and I still feel like I can do more. It's all up to you, all depends on your workflow, what type of services you provide, but it's a question worth asking. Am I willing to work for free or decrease my rate to build my portfolio? This is a really good question. I know this is kind of like a hot debated topic. Starting out, I worked for free to build my portfolio, and then I was able to make more money down the line because once people saw my portfolio, then they're like, okay, this kid's legit. Some people are like, well, I don't ever want to work for free. That's fine, they can do that as well. But that is just what works for me. Am I willing to increase my rate knowing some people will say no? This is an issue that I have as well, because sometimes, especially with all these new services, I really want to charge this much, this much, this much, and I've gone up to clients and they said, no, I simply just won't pay that. And that's okay. That's when you pivot or you work out a deal, you create some sort of system that works for you and your client. I worked for some of my beginner clients for a very low rate, but because I did such a good job, they would refer me to other clients, and then those new clients who already knew that I did a good job, I would always charge them a higher rate. That's what worked for me. Right now I'm kind of at like capacity with the amount of work I get through my LLC, and I know I can charge more, but I don't ever I want to work with the clients that I have for years and years and years to come. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. How many services am I willing to offer? When I started, I marketed myself as a videographer who specifically makes videos for social media. And before I started my LLC, I already had my drones license. As I networked, I met some coaches and they're like, hey, can you film these games for us? And I was like, yes, I can, because I have a drone. And then it kind of just snowballed. Now I provide website services, social media management, professional videos, drone cinematography, lead gen services like running ads for clients. I really don't market myself as a photographer because I know my strengths and weaknesses. My photography skills are just not as good as my videography skills. I'm just a much better videographer than a photographer. That's just me. I just enjoy filming videos more. What are my business goals? I would write these down too. This doesn't necessarily have to be a number. It's never really been a number for me. I base my business goals right now on the amount of clients I have, and then I compare that to the amount of retainers that I have. Building out monthly retainers is really gonna help grow your business. My business goals are keeping my clients happy while also getting as many new clients as I can, but mainly just keeping my clients happy. What do I need to get started? I understand that some people want to get in the creative space, but they only have a phone. Do you want to focus on social media? Do you want to focus on creating high quality videos for websites? Do you want to focus into lead gen? Do you want to do photography? Do you want to get your drones license? You can do all of those things, but if you're just starting out, I would focus on one specific skill, something that you really want to do, and then market yourself as that person. I'm the person you come to when you want great social media reels that expand your business and bring you more exposure. Or I want to focus on graduation photography, whatever it is. What do you need to get started? You need a phone. You need your phone, you need to network, and maybe that's going to networking events, maybe that's searching up different small businesses in your local area, creating videos just from your phone. Even if you're just filming on a phone, your video is going to be 10 times better than anyone else who knows how to film on a phone because you have the editing software, and DaVinci Resolve is free. Maybe a client comes up to me and they're like, well, I'm not going to hire you because you don't have a nice camera, and I would rather work with someone who has a nice camera. I would go up and I would be like, listen, I can work with you at a discounted price. I'm going to film this video on my phone, and it's gonna be one of the best videos that you've seen because I know how to edit professionally and I know how to create engaging hooks for my videos that increase your exposure. The raw video on the phone isn't worth much. The raw video, once edited, plus the creative direction that comes with you, knowing how to write captions, knowing how to hook in the audience, having a fundamental understanding of lighting, and knowing what angles look best, all of these things combined makes you dangerous in the marketplace. Then you do a video at a discounted rate, then you keep working with this client, you do some good jobs. Then maybe that client's like, man, you're doing a really good job. I'm gonna refer you to this other person. Then you can charge a little higher. Then you just keep working, boom. Then you have the money, and I can go back here, to reinvest in your LLC, and you can then purchase your first camera or your first gimbal or maybe your first mics. That is how I started out, and that is what has helped me expand this business. The most important asset to my business, it's not my Sony FX30, it's not my great editing software, it's not AI, it's not these nice mics. The most important asset to my business is the client. The client has allowed me to grow because of the lessons that I've learned while creating a positive business relationship with my clients. Let's go back. When starting out with client 1, 2, and 3, I knew how to use a drone, I had a camera, and I knew how to edit. After working with each one of these different clients, I learned new skills which allowed me to expand and grow my business. A positive relationship with the client is the most important thing to growing and expanding your business. Because if you do a good job with your client, 1, they're gonna keep working with you, and 2, they're gonna refer you to others, which is going to allow you to expand and grow your business. I could have gone up to my general contractor and been like, no, I don't know how to run Google ads. I don't know how to run Meta ads. That's insane. You should be saying yes to every opportunity if you want to grow. If you don't learn new skills, someone else will, and that's your competition, and they're going to get a lot better than you because they took the time and they put in the work to learn new skills and to develop and to become more professional. Anything my clients say, I say, yes, I will figure it out. Yes, let's do it. Yes, here's my suggestion for how we can do this. With AI and with all the different tools that I have at my disposal, I will figure out a way to get it done. And that's what keeps my clients happy and allows me to get more referrals and allows me to expand my business. So that's a little insight into some of the work that I do. I appreciate everyone for watching. Please leave a comment letting me know what you've done to expand your business. Do you want to start a creative video agency? What type of small business are you in? I'm really curious. So yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye-bye.